Hey everyone, welcome to Two Car Pros. My name is Ryan, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to change the engine oil filter and oil for a 2015 Lexus CT200h. This platform is exactly the same as a third-gen Prius, so it's super simple, very approachable, and an excellent way to save money. So I'd go ahead and don some eye protection and some gloves, and let's get into it. So underneath our Lexus here, give you an idea of where we're working here today, is right there is your oil pan drain bolt and the filter. Sorry, I can't show you how to remove this access panel, but my guess is there's a 10mm fastener there, and maybe one over here, or it's body clips. You just remove those, you can get that access port out of the way. So let's get started. So now we're gonna remove this oil pan drain bolt, making sure you're wearing eye protection and your drain pan is in place. It's a 14mm. Usually these aren't on super tight, you just need to break them loose and just get it out of the way there. Awesome, just let it drain on out. So once it's come down to just a trickle, we're gonna hit that mating surface with a little bit of cleaner, a brake cleaner or something. We're just gonna clean off that mating surface real well. That looks nice. You can wait until the flow is completely stopped, but you're wasting your time. You're not getting much more out of it. Kind of irrelevant. So here's our drain bolt. I've already put the new washer on there, and I link down below in the description to the Toyota OEM washer for you. Let's replace that, making sure it's nice and clean. Looks good. Our torque spec for today on that bolt is 27 foot-pounds, 27. If you don't have a torque wrench, that's perfectly fine. Just one arm tight will work. Wait for it. There we go. Nice. And then we'll clean off a little excess so we don't get any false drippies later. Now, it's time to get the oil filter housing off, and I do recommend buying one of these sockets. It is incredibly handy. If you own this car, I would just go ahead and buy this. They're not crazy expensive, and they trivialize this job. And the link is down below in the description. And sometimes these can get a little sticky, so you might have to give it some welly to get it off of there. Have your drain pan ready, oil will come out. There we go, just kind of let that dribble on out. Or you can do what I do and get impatient and let it run out even faster. There we go. So next thing we can do is take our filter housing and remove the filter element. Dump the residual oil in our catch basin. Dispose of this filter element responsibly. And I'm just going to clean that out real quick with some brake clean, some solvent, whatever you have. It's fine. And then next I'm going to grab my hook tool. You can probably use your fingers for this too. It's just easier. Use a hook tool. And then grab our new filter material and put it in its home. Just make sure it's pushed down all the way. And it's not just kind of, you know, half on. Probably be fine, but just make sure it's down all the way like this. Very good. And then we're going to lubricate that O-ring. I'm going to use WD-40, but you can just use engine oil. It's perfectly fine. And now this is ready to go back on the car, but the car's not ready for us yet, so let's get to it. Now what we're gonna do is clean that mating surface with some brake clean or carb spray. Just give it a nice hose down. Makes everything nice and clean. And then I also take a clean microfiber and just double make sure those mating surfaces don't have any grit or grime on them. It just makes the job a lot cleaner when they're all done. See? Look how much better that is. Then we'll take our housing with the lubricated O-ring, making sure the O-ring's in its home and not askew or anything like that. Making sure you don't cross thread the housing, it's easy to do. The threads are kind of big. And use our socket. Just gonna bring it down to touch manually. Our torque spec for today is 18 foot-pounds, 1/8, or 25 newton meters. So, there we go. If you do not have a torque wrench, that's perfectly fine. Just one arm tight until it's nice and snug down. Don't over torque it. You don't want to crack that plastic housing. So top side on top of the engine here, usually there's an engine cover that says Lexus. You can still do this job with that cover in place. You can also just pull straight up on it and remove it. It makes it a little bit easier in my opinion. But now we can remove our oil cap. Just get that out of there. And we can place a funnel. So any quality 0W20 full synthetic will work just great. I've been using this Kirkland stuff for a long time. It does awesome. And the capacity is 4.4 quarts with an oil change, so just put that in. And of course, the link will be located down below in the description to a comparable product. Once we put that 4.4 quarts in there, let's get rid of our funnel and replace our oil cap. There we go. Now I'm going to run the engine for about 40 seconds and then turn it back off. And now I'm going to let the car sit for about a minute. During this time, it's a really good idea to look underneath the vehicle and make sure it's not just dumping oil out of the filter or the drain pan bolt, anything like that. Just make sure everything's nice and normal. So now, let's go ahead and check our oil. Now the engine's been off for about a minute. Check that oil level, 4.4 quarts or 4.5 quarts. Usually right on the money for these cars. So I know it's a little tough to tell on camera, but right here at the end of my thumb is where the oil level is. So that's right on the money, 4.4 quarts. Very good. Replace your dipstick. Now let's go reset that maintenance light. So now we're in the driver's seat. The key is in the car. What we're gonna do is push the power button twice until the ignition comes on, but the engine's not on. And we're gonna navigate over to trip A. That's awesome. And then turn the car back off. Then I'm gonna hold the trip button, push the power button twice, and it's gonna reset. Keep holding, keep holding, keep holding. And there we go. And we can turn the car back off, and the maintenance light should be back off. We can verify this by starting the car. And there we go, maintenance light off. Easy as pie. And then it's a good idea to check underneath the vehicle again after you've ran it, just to make sure that it's not leaking out of the two places we worked on today. Just a good idea to double check your work. So that is how to change your engine oil and filter and reset the maintenance interval on a 2015 Lexus CT200h or a third-gen Prius. It's exactly the same process. It just looks a tiny bit different. But that's actually a good thing. This means that this process is very, very easy to follow along to, and like I said at the top of the video, an excellent way to save money. If you take this in for an oil change, they're gonna go, oh, Lexus, let's charge a lot. When in reality, it is a Toyota platform, so it should cost the same, but that's not the way shops work. But it's the way you can work, and you can do this oil change for like $30 probably if you're buying that Kirkland brand oil that I like. Just something to kind of consider, and make sure you dispose of your oil properly. Thank you so very much for watching. If you found this video helpful or interesting at all, please consider becoming a member down below. It's a direct way to help the channel out. Barring that, a like, comment, and subscription go a huge way in helping my channel out and tells YouTube essentially that I did a good job and this video deserves to be seen by more people. And again, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.